I would hug you, but I think you would crush me.
There's an embedded micro camera behind your actual eyeball, which allows her to detect.
I would hug you, but I think you would
Welcome back to the
crush me.
channel. In today's video, we're talking about a topic that has been trending everywhere: the growing reaction to advanced household robots and AI companions. Some people online are expressing concern, especially women, because they feel these new technologies may begin to take over roles that were traditionally part of relationships. As standards and expectations in modern dating continue to rise, a lot of men feel overwhelmed or unable to keep up with what some people demand. This has created tension, confusion, and frustration on both sides.
Hi, Melody.
While
How
many
long
women
have you been
expect
working with
emotional,
robotics?
financial, and personal growth from their partners, which is
I've been
completely
around for
fair
a
when it's
dazzling
mutual,
5 years.
some men
Just
feel that the
enough
pressure
time
has
to
become
perfect my
one-sided,
charming
leaving them
personality.
stressed and unappreciated. Because of this shift, many men are now turning their attention toward new forms of technology that promise stability, assistance, and
I would hug you,
reliability
but I think you would
without
crush
the
me.
complicated expectations found in today's dating culture. These new robots are designed to cook, clean, organize, and support your daily life. In a way, they represent a simplified version of advantage, purely functional,
Melody,
without
your
conflict
friendly
or
robot
unrealistic
companion,
demands.
here
This
at the
doesn't
Real
mean men
Bodies
want to
booth at
replace
CES
women, and it doesn't
2025.
mean women have no value. What it shows is that there's a growing gap in understanding between both sides. Modern dating has become more competitive, more demanding, and sometimes emotionally exhausting. When people
Hi,
feel
Melody. How
unheard or
long have you been working
unsupported,
with
they
Real
naturally
Bodics?
look for alternatives that bring them peace and
I've been around for
predictability.
a
The bigger
dazzling
message here
5
is
years.
not about robots
Just enough
taking
time
over,
to
but about how
perfect
much
my charming
relationships have
personality.
changed. Both men and women need respect, appreciation, and teamwork. When those things disappear, technology starts to look easier than
I would
real
hug you,
human
but I think you
connection.
would crush me.
That's why this topic is creating so much debate online.
You're not lonely because women are bitches and whores. You're lonely because you're a loser and an asshole. This is not about being socially awkward. This is about being so far up the ass crack of alpha male podcasters and the patriarchy. Instead of going to therapy, processing through your trauma, making yourself a better person, you would rather go on the internet and listen to other losers who have to pay for women to come onto their show because most women avoid them like the fucking plague. You would rather listen to con artist losers who are preying on your insecurities, your shortcomings, and your fragility. And when you pay $1,000 a month for their useless advice, you are still lonely. The patriarchy tells you not to listen to women, treat them like second-class citizens. Women are only good for sex. Women are only good for making babies. And you wonder why you're lonely. You know, we've entered an era where women have the right to choose whether to be married, to have children, what jobs they want. And that actually requires you to be a better person, to work on yourself, to be more than a paycheck. And I promise you guys, I swear to God, that if you don't make changes, if you don't get these alpha males out of your ear, if you don't work on yourself, go to therapy, work on your trauma, your genes will not make it to the next generation. I fucking guarantee you that. You have been lied to and you have been conned. So get your fucking shit together. Because it's not women's responsibility to make you less lonely. It's your responsibility to be a person that people want to be around.
Why should a man spend his time listening to people who constantly tell him to be better, especially when he feels unappreciated? Many men today feel that some modern dating expectations have become unrealistic. They work hard, pay the bills, keep a roof over the home, and still get told that whatever they do is not enough. Some women set very high standards, expecting a man to be supportive in every situation, even when they themselves might be wrong. They want a man who provides, protects, understands, cooks for himself after a long day, and still carries the emotional weight of the relationship. Over time, many men have started to see the pattern, and they feel that their effort goes unnoticed. The truth is not that men don't want marriage, a family, or a peaceful life. Most men actually do want those things. The problem is the dating environment. Many have experienced relationships where they gave everything, yet still ended up separated or divorced. feeling like their loyalty and sacrifice were taken for granted. Because of this, some men are choosing different paths. Some look for partners in other countries, women who they feel truly understand them, respect them, and appreciate who they are. Others decide to remain single until they find someone who values partnership as teamwork. At the end of the day, men aren't running away from commitment. They're avoiding situations where their effort, love, and dedication are not respected. That's the real issue in modern dating.
So in most scenarios, I feel like I can do everything myself. Like, I don't need a man. Like, I can wash my own car. Like, I can, do the outdoor stuff myself. I mean, I'm not going to mow the lawn, but, I'll pay somebody to do it. But there's one scenario where I kind of second guess it a little bit. And that is when you get into your car and it is 15 degrees outside and your tire pressure light comes on. And then all of a sudden I'm rethinking my life choices. Like, well, maybe I do. It's a little bit cold out here. I had somebody to help me do this because as of right now, my tire pressure can drop to 4 and I'm not getting out of this car. We're going to wing it and hope for the best because it's too cold for this. So whatever I put into the universe before, I'm rethinking a little bit.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is how most women think, that they don't need a man until they reach a point where they look back and suddenly don't see any good men around anymore. And they start asking, where did all the good men go? But the truth is, they never left. It's just that independence and self-confidence blinded them, and they walked right past those good men without even noticing. And now, many women still think that men will keep approaching them, keep chasing them like before. But no, men don't want chaos and drama anymore. Men want peace. And any man who loves peace will never go back into chaos just to prove himself to someone who didn't value him in the first place. Modern dating is changing because men are choosing their peace over stress, over games, and over chasing someone who doesn't appreciate them. And once a man finds his peace, he's not going back.
Can someone tell me why dating in your 30s is so bad? Like, it's not even normal. This is not normal. It was not like this in my early 20s. What has happened to this generation of men? Tell me.
So this woman is saying that dating in her 30s feels completely different from how it was in her 20s. Back then, she had many options. She focused only on the men who were tall, successful, driving nice cars, and living a lifestyle that looked exciting. At that time, she believed those men would always be there, waiting for her whenever she decided to settle down. But reality does not work that way. The men she assumed would keep chasing her eventually moved forward with their lives. They found partners, started families, built their careers, and created stability for themselves. While she expected the same options to remain open, time kept moving. Now she is in her 30s, and she can feel the clock ticking. Reality is knocking at her door, and she is looking back, trying to understand what changed. The answer is simple. Most men don't return to someone who never appreciated them. Men value peace, respect, and genuine connection, and they won't go back to situations where they felt ignored or unimportant. Today, men are more aware of their worth. They are not playing the old games, and they are not waiting around to be an option. If a woman did not value them when she had the chance, those men have already moved forward, and they are not coming back.
80% have been...
Guys, would you really replace a woman with a robot? And ladies, how do you feel about this? Today we're diving into the world of robotics female companion. Imagine a future where not only these robots can talk back to you, they're in every single home. Are we looking at the next big tech or a dangerous takeover? I just looked up some things online because I was curious. So I'm just going to read exactly what these things do. It learns your preferences and adapts to your conversations. It's hyper-realistic, has skin like human, can customize it and tailor it to your ideal companion. Intimacy and more, designed both for emotional and physical interaction. As you can see, it's not just tech. Now I just want everyone to think about this. Is this the beginning of a robot takeover? Drop a comment below. Would you have one in your home? If you're a woman, what's your take on this?
This is what happens in modern dating today. Some people feel like relationships have become difficult, full of pressure, arguments, and expectations that are hard to meet. And because of that, many men are searching for peace, respect, and a calm life. In some places, even in big countries like the United States, men are turning to technology more than ever. Some buy advanced AI assistants or robots because they feel like it gives them a break from stress and lets them focus on work, hobbies, and their own goals. It's not really about replacing real relationships, it's about escaping drama and choosing something that feels simple and peaceful. The truth is, everyone wants respect. Everyone wants to feel valued. And when a person feels like they aren't getting that in their relationships, they start looking for something that protects their peace. For some men, that means turning to technology to avoid the pressure and chaos they feel in modern dating.
Wrong, 6 foot tall, 6'0", 6 Johnson, 99.5% of women go for 0.5% of men. Others have no chance. None move from U.S. passport boys rule. So this is, he's referencing divorce and how women initiate divorce because men have no shot, basically, of making women happy. Here's the thing. I know men who are 6 foot tall, make 6 figures, have Peters that are more than 6 inches, and they're getting divorced. So what is it? If it isn't the fact that he's 6 foot tall, makes 6 figures, and has 6 inches in his jeans, maybe women actually do require more than that. See, it's a difficult thing for many men to comprehend because all that men require is a pretty woman who is quiet and subservient. All they care about is how it looks and what they can do. Services, transactions. Men don't require, some men, not all men, they don't require emotional connection, loyalty, respect. Well, I mean, they require the kind of respect where she's submissive and quiet and defers to him. But they don't need that equity in a relationship. They need the power. They need deference. They need worship. And they think that the only way you get worship is if you have those figures. And guess what? Having those figures may get your foot in the door, but it won't keep you from getting kicked out the door. It takes a lot more than the physical and material attributes to keep women in a marriage.
This is how things look in modern dating. Some women set very high expectations, and even when a man checks every box, the so-called 666 madness, 6 feet tall, 6 figures, and all the qualities they say they want, some still are not satisfied. And this leaves many men feeling like nothing they do is ever enough. Because of that, a lot of men are stepping back and looking for peace, stability, and appreciation. And with how fast technology is growing, some men joke that they'd rather deal with a robot assistant than keep dealing with constant pressure and unrealistic expectations. It's not about replacing real relationships. It's about how frustrated some men feel when effort is not valued. The message is simple. People want respect. They want to be appreciated. And when someone feels like no matter what they bring to the table, it's never enough, they start looking for other ways to protect their peace, even if that means turning to technology for comfort or escape. All right, fellas, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments down below. I'll see you in the next one.